What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Jesus Daily. Like many of you, I heard the news earlier today about Charlie Kirk, and frankly, I've been processing it ever since. Um, First thing, if you're watching this video, remember that a wife is now without her husband, and you have two small little ones who have now lost their daddy. Wife has to grieve while also helping her children grieve and finding some way to explain this to her children. So take a moment, feel free to pause the video and pray about that, because I'm certain prayers are absolutely needed. Uh, yeah, I mentioned before on here, I'm 37, Charlie's 31. And it was awesome seeing a younger guy get up, stand for what we all believed in the first place, what majority of us by far have been saying for the longest time, and seeing someone on fire for God, on fire for truth, and coming out swinging hard as possible every single time. Guy was well read, was a good listener, debated well. Um, Unfortunately, it's like it happens every single time, right? Every single time you see someone do some things that are fantastic, it seems like someone comes out swinging and just causes that person just to no longer be. This goes all the way back to Lincoln, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. We've seen this over and over again. And what does this do each time? This causes more of a fire. It causes more of an uprise because we're tired of it. We're tired of seeing the same crap over and over and over again. It's wrong, it's evil, and it's messed up, and it needs to stop. You got to remember too, if you have any sort of addiction to social media, especially for news, something like this, you probably need to get all that you can today. Suck as much as you can in as far as information wise, and then you may want to stop and pause the brakes after this and give it maybe about a week before trying to update yourself. Because let's be honest, most of the when you have this big of an event take place, it takes a while for all the news to properly get in, to circulate correctly, to get all of our facts and information in. As of right now, it's 8:03 here in Houston, Texas tonight, and we don't have any news yet on who the person is that shot. Right? We don't know. We don't know what's going on, so we're still waiting to find out. Which means we don't have a darn clue what this is about. This could have been something as stupid as a political opinion. This could have been someone that did something stupid on a dare. Maybe they were out of their medication that day and decided to go to town. And frankly, it could have been the opposite. It could have gone so far into a hardcore political moment that we may wind up uncovering more stuff later on. You have to remember one of the debates Charlie did was about why he cried when he finally heard the news that Trump was going to get elected president. He wasn't just crying because thankfully it happened. He was crying in relief because he didn't have to worry about Biden anymore because Biden was coming after him. Charlie was worried about going to prison at some point or possibly worse. So frankly, he didn't know what the future had to hold. So as soon as Trump was getting to office, Charlie was relieved. So we don't know if this could have just been a random shooting to be a random shooting or if there's more going on. You have no idea. And we may not know for a little while, right? So, of course, pray for the families. And as Christians, as people who love Jesus, as many of us lean on the conservative angle of things, remember we're not alone. And frankly, we're gonna probably see more of an uprise thanks to this situation, because now there's a massive vacuum that has to be filled. Charlie did a fantastic job bringing it forth, and yeah, I always enjoy his videos. You gotta remember, the dude was just now starting to penetrate in an international market. He was been doing the U.S. for the longest time, but he was just starting to penetrate universities across seas, starting to get somewhere. There was starting to be a worldwide momentum building up, which is truly impressive. So yeah, like many of you, I grieve. And the question we ought to ask ourselves is, what do we do about it? What do we do individually about this? We could just grieve and let it just move on, call today. Or we could take our grief and passion and decide to be proactive about it, decide to engage more. That's one of the reasons I started doing these videos in the first place, because I saw a long time ago TikTok was not doing a great job on the conservative side, on the Christian side. And thankfully I'm seeing it now, but I've been doing this for a couple of years. Um, and I'm slowly seeing more of an audience of people who love Jesus, want to hear more of God's voice, want to hear more of God's word on a daily basis, and it's awesome. So take what has happened today, take the message that Charlie's been doing for a long time now, and run with that in your own way. Be proactive in your own way, right? Bring forth truth, whether that's biblical truth, whether that's truth in the community around us, in the nation around us. Let this spur you on to encouragement to work it out in your own way and get creative and keep that momentum going for yourself in your own world, right? And you'd be surprised just what God may do with that. Um, God's always awesome the way he does things, one way, shape, or form. So let this spur you on to something even better in the long run. So love you guys. Thank you all for listening. I grieve along with you. And yeah, let's keep it going, right? Let's keep it going for Charlie.